Hi guys, welcome to my channel Happy Hair Tarot. In today's pick a card reading, we will take a look at a love letter for you from your future spouse. So first we'll take a look at your oracle and tarot cards, and then we will get to reading the actual letter. So you can see three images on your screen right now. Feel free to pause the video over here, meditate on all your options, pick whichever one calls out to you the most. You'll find the timestamps in the comment section as well as in the description box. So make your choice and let's get started. Hi group 1, if you guys chose the first image, we will read your letter in the end. So stick around. First, let's take a look at your oracle cards for some messages from your future spouse. So the cards that came out for you are light. Then we have a leg up, magic stream, and beneath the surface, which says hidden truths, something unknown. Interesting. So right off the bat, I think your future spouse wants to remain a bit of a surprise. Like they want to, oh, 111, guys. As I just said that, okay, you guys might have been seeing a lot of 111. Anyway, perhaps in personal readings you've taken or even in general readings that you've seen, it's quite possible that the reader is never able to tell you a definite time or way in which your spouse will be entering your life, or maybe each time you ask things like, is it someone that I know, is it someone who's absolutely new for me, maybe even then you get contradicting answers. Someone says something, another person says something else. So your future spouse is clarifying for us today that it's all intentional, because the time of their arrival and the manner of their arrival, they want all of it to be a magical surprise for you and nothing short of it. They don't want you to be prepared. They want to catch you off guard, and that is basically how it's going to happen. They're saying over here with light that they absolutely adore you. They love you, they admire you. Although your future spouse isn't telling us a lot of details about the manner or the time of their arrival, what they do want you to know though with the light card over here is that they will be smitten by you from day one. In fact, something about them looking at you for the first time and then being unable to look away or look at anything or anybody else is what's coming out very prominently from these energies. Because light over here reminds me of the sun's energy, which is so bright, it lights up the whole world. So it's basically like that. Nobody else will be worth looking at, no other thing for that matter also, because they'll be just so smitten by you. With a leg up over here, there might be some age difference between you and your future spouse. For a lot of you, it will be a few years. For a lot of you, it can be up to a decade also. Regardless, your future spouse over here is full of praises for you, honestly, with light, a leg up, and magic stream. Okay, they want me to tell you that they will love how your touch feels against their skin. Additionally, with a leg up over here, perhaps as a person, you're someone who's always very encouraging, very supportive, the cheerleader of your group, the agony aunt of your group, and they will love all these things about you. They, in fact, already do. Now, this is a specific message for a few of you with beneath the surface. If you have just started dating someone, or if there's someone who's, where there's mutual attraction and mutual interest, there is a lot of potential in this connection. All right, maybe right now you guys have just gone out on a couple of dates and you want to take it however it goes. You just want to go with the flow. You're letting things develop and grow organically, but it seems like there is a lot of untapped potential in this connection. Your future spouse also wants me to point out one aspect of your personality wherein there's more to you than what meets the eye. Usually when you're interacting with people, you're this nice, bright, cheery person, very bubbly energy. But emotionally speaking, you have a lot of depth, but you do not reveal that depth to just about anyone. On the surface, people might assume that you're someone who does not take life seriously, or you're someone who never really gets into the heavier side of the emotion spectrum. But your spouse knows for a fact that that's not true. That there's a lot of depth to your emotions, that you're a very sensitive, very intuitive person. But they also like the fact that this side of your personality is something perhaps that you reserve usually just for people who are the closest to you, those choicest few, and your spouse feels very grateful knowing that they will be one of those people. All right, let's take a look at your tarot cards now. So we have the Lovers to start off. Very good. Oh, then we have the Six of Cups, Page of Wands, and the Three of Wands. First of all, you guys have got the Lovers and Six of Cups both in your reading group 1. This is so amazing. But then this also gives us a bit of a mixed bag over here. For a few of you, you already know your future spouse, but I don't think it's someone from your past. With Page of Wands over here, this takes me back to the message that I was channeling earlier. This can be someone whom you've recently met or whom you've recently started dating. For others of you, of course, with the Six of Cups over here and the Lovers, this is a fated connection. This is someone whom you've known before in another life. In fact, it's quite possible that you guys have spent lifetimes together, and so naturally in this life also you've both found your way towards each other. Look at how in the Lovers card, oh, okay, wow, I just remembered Whitey's new rules. Anyway, as I was saying, so in this card, the man is basically, he's locked his eyes with the woman, lost in her gaze, which again is reminiscent of this energy that I was picking up earlier from the Light card. So that's basically how it will be. Your future spouse wants to assure you that they will be very loyal towards you. It'll only be you for them. The line that I just heard was, "You had me at hello." So it's going to be something like that. It is possible that currently you and your future spouse do not live in the same geographic area. You guys live in different cities or different states or different countries. And I think that is also perhaps a reason why the manner or the time of their arrival in your life, or just when 3D union takes place, is going to be so magical, because perhaps it's nothing like you could have ever expected. And in both these cards, we have the element of water present. So it's almost as if, the universe is bringing in this connection to you. It's flowing towards you and you're not even aware of it. You can't tell. Maybe you've already started sensing it. Maybe you've already started feeling it. But the full context of it, every detail is hidden from you. Your future spouse also wants to let you know with the Page of Wands over here and Six of Cups that you both will fall in love with each other or get serious about each other rather soon once you guys have started dating. Usually, perhaps in the past, whenever you've gone out on dates with people, and if that has ever turned into a proper relationship, maybe you waited for at least, let's say, 5 to 7 dates before you could even think about giving a commitment to them or getting exclusive with them. But with this individual, your future spouse, it's only going to take 2 to 3 dates at most. You'll know in your core that this is the one. That's the kind of assurance that's coming your way. And definitely with the Six of Cups over here and then the Sun card, you will have a happy life with this person. Settle down with them. Oh, which reminds me, you might not settle down with them wherever it is that you're currently living. You might settle down with them in another city or in another state or in another country. Your future spouse also wants me to tell you that your personality is very different from theirs, which is clear over here also with the contrast in the water and fire. So maybe one of you is very emotional, the other one is very practical, one is has a very aggro approach towards anything, the other one has a more methodical approach to things. Regardless, with Six of Cups over here, you both will come together very seamlessly. And I'm also being told that it will not make sense to a lot of people. Like, how can these two people be together? They completely poles apart. But despite that, something in this connection just clicks and it just works. You both make it work. And in fact, with the sun being your first card, you make it work rather beautifully. Your spouse might have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or Gemini in their chart. And now, finally, let's read your letter. You are so beautiful, so radiant. I love the way you smile. Your eyes are so kind. That natural tint on your cheeks. Oof. I can already tell that my life will get 1,000 times better once we get together. You have the ability to light up a room. Nobody can stay gloomy around you. I feel so lucky that I'll be marrying such a rock star. You look great in white, by the way. I don't mean to brag, but your exes have got nothing on me. Trust me when I say that I'll do everything that I can to maintain your smile and happiness. I'll be the wind beneath your wings. I'll be your rock. Every minute that we spend together, I'll make you feel like you're on top of the world. I cannot wait to hold you in my arms and soak up in your love. Rather romantic now, isn't your spouse? Alright, so these are all the messages that I have for you right now, group 1. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here and hit the bell icon when you do so. You can follow me on Instagram for more tarot readings, and you can message me there or on my email ID to book a personal reading with me. You'll find all those details in the pinned comment and description box. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hi group 2, if you guys chose the second image, first let's take a look at your oracle cards to find out what does your future spouse want to say to you. Then we'll take a look at your tarot cards and we'll close the reading with your letter. So from your oracle cards, we have authority in reverse, then we have unfinished symphony, education, and ascended masters, which says devoted spirits with specific intentions. Interesting. The first thing that your future spouse wants to point out about you as a quality that they absolutely admire is how humble and how grounded you are, and how you're always and ever willing to help everyone around you, to show everyone the right way, to help people understand their problems better. Your future spouse is telling me, and through me, they're telling you that they love the way in which you don't really impose your ideas on someone. It's more like backseat driving, but in a good way, because you help people get to the right conclusion, get to the right point, but then how do I put this? You help them get there. Kind of like something that a counseling therapist would do. They'll make you talk. It'll be a breakthrough moment, basically, that you've attained yourself, something like that. Your future spouse also loves how, with unfinished symphony over here in education, you don't really dwell in your past beyond necessary. And why have they used the word necessary over here? A very good choice of words, actually, because with education over here, your future spouse knows that you know when to learn lessons, and you know when to treat a connection or a friendship or a situation as a lesson. Take whatever lessons you have to from that situation and then keep moving. You don't really sit and sulk. You know what the takeaways are, and then you get ahead. In fact, with Ascended Masters over here in education, a lot of you currently might be into relationship coaching, or you guys might be into the field of psychology, you guys might be into tarot or astrology, and you're really able to resonate with your clients, because it's quite possible, and as is a popular notion in this community, that if a reader really resonates with you, it's because they've already walked down the path on which you currently are. So it's quite possible that you've already had your fair share of nonsense in your love life or in your life in general, which is why now when people come to you with similar problems, you know what the best advice or what the best guidance for them should be. Your future spouse also loves how selfless you are, because I'm being told by them that oftentimes you go out of your way to help people who matter to you a lot. And they really admire that. It reminds me of, one of those cases wherein, let's say, if a teacher is tasked to teach you something new, a new subject for her, first she'll study the thing herself, and then she'll come the next day and teach the class. Kind of like that. Another thing that your future spouse really likes about you is that, with authority being in reverse over here and then ascended masters, it's a very unique quality they want me to add, that your appearance does not match your personality, which is weird, but then they love it. For instance, with authority being in reverse, maybe, and perhaps a lot of people have told you this, you seem very unapproachable, you seem very uptight, you seem very prudish or rude and whatnot, and snooty and phony, and all sorts of things might have been used to describe you. But when people actually get to know you, they compliment you for being such a sweetheart, for being such darling, for being so loving, for being so caring, for being so gentle, and for being so friendly. But the fact that who you actually are can only be known by the people whom you give that privilege to is what fascinates your future spouse a lot. If you're someone who loves to read, who loves to study, and not just things of your field, but otherwise also if you're someone who has very good general knowledge, who's very much updated with whatever's going on in the world, they like that. They like the fact that you're a bit of a bookworm. Oh, okay, they also want me to tell you that if you're the kind of person who prefers to read books instead of digital copies or Kindle and whatnot, that's another thing that they really like about you. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot cards now. So we have the Queen of Wands, the King of Wands, Nine of Wands, and Strength. Lots of fire energy over here. Both of you perhaps might be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. I love how we have the Queen and the King, and I also like how the King is looking at the Queen. This is so beautiful. They only have eyes for you, group 2. Nobody else. Your future spouse wants me to tell you with the Nine of Wands over here that it's not just you who has struggled in the love department in the past. They have had their fair share of bad luck over there as well. But one thing that they want to point out, which is common to both you and them with the Strength card, is that you both learned from your mistakes. You both did not let those past experiences break you down. If anything, they only made you guys stronger and made you guys more prepared for what's to come, which is this beautiful union over here. And I absolutely love how we've got wands over here. I mean, the King and Queen are both from the wand suit. So it cannot get any more perfect than this. You both are made for each other. On a lot of aspects, you both might be very similar. In fact, with the Queen and King of Wands over here, from the minute you guys see each other or first get to know about each other, you both will get very serious about each other. You will not consider anybody else after this. They will not consider anybody else after you. It'll just be two people trying to work on strengthening this bond that has just been established. With Nine of Wands over here and Ascended Masters, your future spouse wants to give you a bit of a heads up, especially because we also have authority in reverse, that there might be some people, either in your side of the family or theirs, who might not be too pumped up about the idea of you both getting together. However, with Strength and Nine of Wands, your future spouse wants to assure you that no matter what anybody says, no matter what opinion anybody has of you or of them, they will always be by your side, and they'll make sure that you both get together and get married and everything else. Because the Nine of Wands is after the King of Wands, I do feel like the opposition might be present more so on your spouse's side of the family and not so much yours. But from now itself, your spouse wants you to know that no matter who this person is, whether it's their parents, their siblings, their best friends, they'll choose you. They'll choose this connection over this chatter or this noise being created by other people. In fact, your future spouse wants you to know a little secret with education over here, that this is something they haven't really told a lot of people, but perhaps since the last 2 or 3 years, they've already started saving or planning towards their life post marriage, like already saving funds or investing to buy a house for the kids that they'll have, their schooling, education, and everything else. So, a bit of a visionary over here is who you're getting. All right, now let's read the letter. I'm not going to lie to you. So, full disclosure, I find you intimidating and inspiring too. I have never met someone who respects their own boundaries as much as you do, and rightly so. You're a no nonsense person who isn't afraid to speak their mind, and that's so hot, honestly. I've dealt with a lot of people pleasers who messed me up. So, knowing that my spouse is going to be a firebrand makes me very happy and excited. I'm happy to see that you've got your life in order now. My life currently is a mess, but I'm cleaning it up and taking care of everything to ensure that when we meet, I've got no clutter in my mind. No, I have no baggage, just racing against the clock to rise up the ranks. They say that behind every successful man, there is a woman, and I can already feel your love and energy motivating me to do and be my best. All right, this is very lovely. And I think this uh, ties in very well with the message that I was getting over here with the King of Wands. That I think they've already started planning about their future, and over here they've said that they're racing against the clock to rise up the ranks. So I think this is someone who's very focused on making the best of their career right now, creating wealth, so that when you come in their life and when you guys start a family, it just goes very smoothly. All right, so these are all the messages that I have for you right now. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here, and hit the bell icon when you do so. You can follow me on Instagram for more tarot readings, and you can message me on Instagram, WhatsApp, or my email to book a personal reading with me. You'll find all those details in the pinned comment and description box. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hi group 3, if you guys chose the third image, first let's take a look at your oracle cards to find out what your future spouse wants to say to you. Then we'll take a look at your tarot cards, and to close the reading, we will read this letter. So from your oracle cards, we have temptation, poised, one-ring circus, and past life guides, which says karmic lessons, present assistance. Right off the bat, your future spouse can sense, with the devil being your first card, that there are some inhibitions or fears in your energy. But with poised over here, I do feel like they're giving you an assurance that in the past, people could have dragged you down to their level. People could have gaslighted you, people could have said all sorts of things to you to make you believe as if it was your fault for whatever shit went down. But your future spouse wants to assure you that whatever happened in your past, or whatever it is that's happening with you currently, not just in your love life, but otherwise also, let's say in case you're having issues with your friends or family members or whatever, it's not you. It's not on you. Your future spouse, they want us to know that, they want you to know actually, with temptation over here that when they lay eyes on you, they will not be able to look away. They know in their core that something about you, either the way you look overall or just perhaps a particular feature of your face, is what's going to get them supremely hooked onto you. They also want to let you know, in case you have any doubts regarding um, someone from your past coming back and things like that. With karmic lessons, they're saying that no, I'm not someone whom you've dealt with in the past. I'm a new person. Whatever it is that you had in the past, you probably had some of the other karmic lesson to learn from each of those experiences. There's one thing about you that your future spouse wants to point out over here with Wandering Circus, and they've noticed that you have a tendency to take everybody's responsibilities on your own shoulders. I have to take care of my parents, I have to take care of my sibling, I have to take care of this house. It's all on me. But your future spouse wants to let you know that it isn't all on you. You do not have to constantly feel burdened by it. You do not have to do everything all by yourself. In fact, with present assistance over here, they're letting you know that when they come in your life, they will help you out with these responsibilities. Let's say that you are the only breadwinner of your family right now, or you're the eldest child, or your parents are out of work and you've got a sibling who's still in school, whatever the case might be. So in that case, naturally then you do feel like it's all on you, all your responsibilities. So even if that's the case, with poised over here in present assistance, your future spouse wants me to tell you that you have nothing to worry about, because when they come in your life, they will make sure that they help you as much as they can in whatever capacity they can. Whether it's related to money, whether it is dividing some responsibilities with you, whether it is helping you organize your time better, anything. This seems to be one of those classic cases, where there's someone who's hyper independent and they're like, no, I do not need anybody's help. No, I don't even want to ask anyone for their help. But then there's someone who notices that, and then, they catch feelings. And then before you know it, the new person helps our protagonist in question understand that it's okay to ask for help and it's okay to take help. And that's precisely what your future spouse will be doing. With past life guides over here and the devil, there's one thing your future spouse wants you to know, that you share a past life connection with them, which is something that you could have falsely believed about a karmic or karmics from your past. You could have falsely believed that, oh, this is someone that I have a past life connection with, oh, this is someone that's meant for me, they're my soulmate and this and that, or my twin flame, if you believe that you're on that journey. But that wasn't the case. That was, again, just the devil playing tricks on your mind, because it's your future spouse in reality whom you share a past life connection with. In fact, your future spouse also wants you to know that their spirit guides and your spirit guides and your ancestors and their ancestors are working very hard behind the scenes right now to help you and them come in a union with each other. There's one very important lesson that you've learned recently, group 3, which your future spouse wants me to say out loud, and that is, you've learned not to lower your standards for anyone anymore, because perhaps in your previous connections you used to do that a lot. You used to compromise a lot. You used to, perhaps you had some people pleasing tendencies, or perhaps you agree to do things which was so not you, just so that your partner wouldn't feel upset or bad, or whatever else the case was. But now with poised, even though you're still healing and even though you're still learning, the one big takeaway over here is that, no, if I know in my gut that I can do so much better than this individual, I'm not going to settle for them, because I might occasionally feel lonely, but then it's not like I'm desperate to get into a connection with someone. And this realization is something that your future spouse is highlighting, because they're very goddamn proud of it. They're proud of you for taking a stand for yourself and for understanding your worth and your value. Alright, let's take a look at your tarot cards now. So we have the Ten of Wands, the Hermit, Seven of Pentacles, and Death. So with Death over here, immediately two messages. A, your future spouse is not from your past, so you can bury those connections once and for all. And the second message, that it's your future spouse with whom you share a past life connection. Now, your future spouse knows that you've been waiting for their arrival for a long time now, and in your quest for finding the one for yourself, you've had all these misleading encounters with people whom you thought were the one, but they weren't. Somewhere I can feel your future spouse is also feeling a burden of that guilt, that you were looking for them in the wrong places and there's nothing that they could have done about it. So there's that angst that I'm picking up from your future spouse's energy. Wow, I was almost choking up there. Okay. With the Hermit, and again this brings us back to the realization that you've been happening, your future spouse wants you to know that they're more up your alley as compared to these previous people. You're so wise, you're so mature, you're so kind, you're so sensitive. And your future spouse says that they're basically just like you. In fact, with the Seven of Pentacles over here and the Hermit, they're saying that you don't have to go out of your way to do anything to bring me in your life as such. It's kind of like a moth being drawn to the flame situation. It's kind of like wow, okay, so they just showed me a visual, your future spouse. It's like you're a lighthouse and they're on a boat and they're coming towards you. You just have to stay at one place and just keep on shining this light, which is already on, and they are moving towards you. And who knows, maybe for some of you, your future spouse isn't, maybe. Anyway, and again now with the Ten of Wands over here with Death, your future spouse is reiterating their point that they had made earlier with Wandering Circus, that right now you are so burdened with all these responsibilities, monetary things, looking after everyone, making sure everyone's all right, but nobody is taking care of you. They want to be that person in your life who takes care of you, who takes care of the caregiver, and they would love to do that. There is one thing about you that they just told me, group 3. You start feeling very guilty when someone does something good for you. And this is something that your future spouse wants you to work on. They do not want you to feel guilty when someone says something good to you, perhaps like giving you a compliment, or when someone goes out of their way to do something nice for you, which they too will be doing in the future. Don't feel guilty, because they're saying that you deserve it. You deserve every bit of the happiness that comes your way. Either whether it is self-created or whether somebody else is creating a happy moment for you and inviting you in, you deserve it. So why feel sad about it? Why feel burdened about it? And there's another thing. Perhaps you're one of those people who always want to, who are very quick to return compliments, or who want to quickly return the favor, because that too for you feels like a debt. And that's another mindset that they want you to break. Just because someone has done something good for you does not mean that you immediately have to do something good for them, or that you have to think of it as a debt that you then have to clear in the future, because that's not the case. All this good karma, all these blessings, all these people in your community currently who love and appreciate you for who you are and what you're doing for them, they just want you to bask in all of that admiration and happiness. You or your future spouse might be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or Aries, Leo, Sag. Okay, now let's read their letter for you. Man, I wish I could give you a tight hug right now. Look how worried you are. And then there's the sad smiley. I hate to see you like this. Whenever someone's going through a problem, you're always there to help them out with your gifts of empathy and compassion. But when you're hurting and troubled, you don't open up to anyone. There's so much noise in your mind. You're so worried that your future won't be any better than your past. Well, let me tell you this. You have no reason to worry. I can't do your healing for you, but I love you more than anyone else. I'll treat you like the rare and precious gem you are. I'll never impose my will on you and will always give you your space and even time to open up. I just want you to not be afraid. Marriage will be a big change, yes, but I'll be with you every step of the way, hand in hand. Did I just write my wedding vows here? And then a happy smiley. So when you text with this person, you'll notice that they're very big on emojis. And this is so sweet. This whole letter is riddled with assurance for you and love for you. And this devil energy that they sensed, they're trying their bit over here through this letter to put an end to your fears. Alright, so these are all the messages that I have for you right now, group 3. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here and hit the bell icon when you do so. You can follow me on Instagram for more tarot readings, and you can message me on Instagram, WhatsApp, or my email to book a personal reading with me. You'll find all those details in the pinned comment and description box. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.